All right. What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to another edition of The Urban Platform Speaks. This is the Sunday Sports Edition. We're going to touch on a little bit of we're going to do like an N.F.L. preview, touch on the N.F.L., talk a little bit about what else? A little bit basketball. Me and my man Emmanuel. But before we even get into basketball or football, I want to just touch on the Ray Lewis. His son passed away earlier this week. Reports say it was a drug overdose. So, and I'm not really I haven't really read about like the particulars of the case or anything like that. But anytime a parent lose a kid, man, I know that's got to be like, under any circumstances, if you lose a kid, that's got to be like, like really
tough.
Yeah, right? That's tough. That's a tough situation to go through. So,
but that just shows the fact that no matter how much money you got, how famous you can be, situations always hit home for everybody.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at Ray Lewis, football NFL star, and his son dies of an overdose.
Yeah.
That could happen to the average person on the street too.
Yeah. It happened. Yeah, the drugs affect a lot of us. Yeah, you're right about that. And so all we can do is just send out our condolences to his, to the family and everybody close to that situation, man. That's sad, even under any circumstances.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So under any circumstances. So let's get into this to the NFL though, with the preview and everything, and the preseason. OTA started already, right?
Yeah, they started and ended.
Yeah. Oh, and they over with.
Yeah, it's over with now. OTA is over with now.
Yeah.
So I think the next time they report is going to be in August, I believe. I mean in July.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to start out with like the NFC East. That's the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Eagles.
Yes.
Yeah. So like, all right, let's start with the Cowboys. Who you like? Like, what you think the Cowboys gonna do this year?
I'm a Cowboys fan. Anybody know me? I'm a big Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, we need to bring some more names in our camp. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Michael Parsons, he's good. You know what I'm saying? We just need to bring some more names in. We expect them to compete with Philly this year. We're gonna have to bring some big names in there, or we're gonna be what we always are as a Cowboy. We get talked so much media in the beginning of the year, and then at the end of the year, we just keep falling short. Right. So
what about now I think with the Cowboys, I think y'all gonna go as far as like, because the run, y'all got receivers, y'all got the running backs. Y'all gonna go as far as like what as Dak, like what's as far as Dak can carry y'all. So what
and that's the key. Just what you said, as far as Dak can carry us.
Yeah.
And Dak has proven that he can get us through the regular season. But then when it comes to the playoffs, it's not Dak Prescott anymore. It's just who's this quarterback and the Cowboys. Yeah. So we gotta address some issues.
Yeah.
I mean, Dak got to get his better play. He got to have better play in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying, for the Cowboys to do anything, especially considering what Philly is doing with the Redskins. No, the Redskins, my fault. The Commanders.
The Commanders.
The Commanders are doing, getting their roster together, and then the Giants, they still in the disruption state. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So everybody just basically counting the Giants out. But yeah, I think like coming out of there, I like the Eagles too. Coming out of there. So the Eagles look like I don't think they're gonna miss a beat. So you really liking the Cowboys to come out of the NFC East?
And this is what I'm liking the Cowboys to win the NFC East, but I'm not liking the Cowboys to go anywhere in the playoffs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's just because the talent that the Cowboys got on that team, they should win the East. But the problem is playoff Dak is different than regular season.
Right. So, yeah. So all right, so you got the Cowboys, I got the Eagles coming out of there. All right, so we're gonna go to the NFC North. That's the Bears, the Giants, and the Packers.
That's a toss-up.
Yeah. I mean,
and the Vikings.
I'm sorry, and the Vikings. I left the Vikings out.
Yeah, that's a toss-up.
That can go. Yeah.
I think in Minnesota, with their roster, should be one of the front contenders on that. But then you saw how they exploded last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a toss up.
Yeah, and see,
so put it this way, somebody got to win it.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm thinking like with Kirk Cousins, like I don't know if he enough to like to really get you over that hump either, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a quarterback, I like Kirk Cousins, but I don't think either he gonna have to step his game up, or you had to put a whole lot of talent around him. And I don't see in Minnesota, I don't see that kind of, they don't have that kind of roster over there in Minnesota. All right, so now we're gonna step down to the NFC South. That's the Falcons, the Panthers, the Saints, and the Buccaneers.
I mean, I'm looking at the Saints, just because their lineup, they're the only team that's not really trying to rebuild instead of retooling. See, to me, the Saints already had a decent team, so they just need to retool a couple of players. Well, everybody else in the division is just feel like they just starting all over again,
Yeah.
So
now I like the quarterback. What's the quarterback name for the Panthers? He was coming. He came on. He came on a little bit. Towards the end of the season, he showed some signs. Some sparks that he could be. He could take his game to the next level. So, but I think coming out of there, I like the Saints coming out of the NFC South too. I like them. The Buccaneers have what's the quarterback now? The Buccaneers.
They got your boy
from Cleveland,
Baker.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. I mean, and to be honest with you, I didn't never think that Baker Mayfield was a bad quarterback.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? I just think he was in bad situations.
Yeah.
No matter what you put around him in that Cleveland team, everybody got to also remember he had all the things, all the tools, except for that offensive line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If he's running around all the place, it ain't much he can do. But I think Baker Mayfield gonna make a difference. To me, they're gonna be like an 8-8 team. Yeah. They're gonna be 500. Yeah. So
I think on a good team, I think Baker Mayfield need a coach that can just like manage him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like keep his turnovers and his mistakes to a minimum.
Right.
But but coming out of the NFC South, I think I would go for I like the Saints too. Yeah. All right. So now the NFC West, that is the Cardinals, the Rams, the 49ers, and the Seahawks.
In my opinion, it's the 49ers.
You like the 49ers. Yeah, head shoulders. They're better than everybody else.
They're just the 49ers.
The Cardinals, their quarterback is just like he seemed to be like a little bit immature to me.
And I think it came from, what was it, last year or the year before, when they went like 8-0 and everybody was predicting he was going to be like this real superstar.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, and then next thing you know, they fell off, and then the train has continued to come off the tracks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now he's showing the way he truly is. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I took the big fame when I was 8-0, but then as soon as I started losing games, I can't handle it no more. So.
And to me, I always felt like Kyler Murray was too small, though. I think either he's gonna take a beating or it's just too many things going against him. He is, number one, he's small, he can't see over the line. So if you're trying to throw through lanes, that's not always not always gonna work, or they're not always gonna give you lanes, or they're gonna, they're gonna sticking their hand out, batting balls down. So I think that
because they figured out that he can't be a pocket passer.
Right.
So they know he has to either run left or run right before he make a pass.
Yeah.
And, you send them linebackers off them corners at him. You know what I'm saying? That limits what he can do.
Right.
So
now, what about the Seahawks? How you think they're going to do with Geno over there?
To me, the Seahawks is a 500 team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got lucky last year, but this year is going to be a different story because everybody know what to expect from them now. You know what I'm saying? They have what I call the Raven syndrome. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody didn't know how to handle them all that year. He went, that MVP year.
Yeah.
But that next year, everybody look, this is how we got to handle them, and they had to turn them into a passer.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same thing. Seahawks had their good year. Nobody really knew how to take them. Nobody really took them seriously.
So they're not going to be able to sneak up on nobody this year.
Yeah, they're not sneaking up on nobody this year.
Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna go over to the AFC and start with the Bills, the Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Jets.
Well, let me tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. This division, to me, in my opinion, is the Dolphins division.
That's for the Dolphins?
Yeah, Dolphins division.
Yeah. You don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to turn the Jets around?
Nah. And I'm going to tell you why, because I think everybody is expecting Aaron Rodgers to turn the Jets around. Mm-hmm. But look what Aaron Rodgers did last year in Green Bay and the year before that in Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? That's the Aaron Rodgers as we get older is what we see.
Yeah.
You know, you're not seeing the Aaron Rodgers of 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting that Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And let's be honest, Aaron Rodgers is not Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be able to go into the Jets organization and first year in Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
That was crazy.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's a Tom Brady thing.
Yeah,
you know?
That's crazy.
So I think the Jets may end up being second.
Yeah.
But I think the problem is I think 3 teams in that division making the playoffs.
Yeah, the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Jets.
I think it's 3 teams.
You think the Patriots going?
They might.
Yeah,
they might. You never know what Belichick has planned, and that division is going to be just like the NFC East. They're going to beat up on each other.
Yeah. I think the Patriots. I'm not impressed with the Patriots without Tom Brady. I'm just not impressed with them. Like Tom Brady made Bill Belichick look like a genius.
Yeah, but you can't. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
That goes hand in hand. That's like a left and right hand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tom Brady is the GOAT, but them Belichick teams, some of them Super Bowls was won on defense.
Yeah, it wasn't all Tom Brady. Yeah. It wasn't all Tom Brady, but that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a quarterback league, so
absolutely.
Yeah, so if you don't have a good quarterback, or at least a quarterback where you can you can manage them to the point where anytime you got to have either a lot of talent around them, or even you got to have an outstanding quarterback.
Right.
And so, but I just think he made Bill Belichick look like a genius.
I say go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Go hand in hand.
And all right, so we're gonna go to the AFC North. That's the Ravens, the Bengals, the Browns, and the Steelers.
That division, to me, they're gonna beat each other up.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Ravens winning it.
Yeah.
But I got Cincinnati close.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got Cincinnati close.
So I think I would agree with that. I got the Ravens winning it. And the Bengals, though, I like the Bengals because I like their quarterback. I like our quarterback too with the Ravens. I'm hoping that he be able to, they got enough pieces around where all the pressure don't fall on Lamar Jackson.
Well, I mean, that's true. They got the pieces around them, but the problem going to be is, and if you really look at it, what pieces did they really legitimately get to go around them?
Around Lamar?
Yeah. Now, OBJ is not a legitimate piece.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Well, but I would give him. I think he is because of his experience in the league. He gonna know. Even he might not be as fast as he used to be, but he gonna be able to get open still. And I think his experience will help Lamar. If he get there, he start acting like a diva, then we're gonna have some issues.
Yeah, but see, you gotta look at it. Is there any wide receivers on the Ravens roster that demands you to
open that field?
Yeah, to play, to go cover for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think they have it.
Yeah.
So if I'm playing against the Ravens, first thing I'm doing, I'm putting 8 in the box, and I'm playing your wide receivers one-on-one. Somebody can tell me that they can do otherwise. I'm playing your wide receivers man-to-man. You know what I'm saying? Just because the simple fact that I know that I got to either make Lamar do one or two things. Either I got to make him run out that pocket, or I got to make him pass it to somebody.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to beat me with one of them.
Yeah.
And we know the Ravens' track record. When you force Lamar to do something, that's when you force Lamar to make a bad decision.
Yeah.
So,
I still think Lamar gonna be all right. I would. What about the wide receiver? I think he's still in free agency. They let him go from the who they let him go from?
Hopkins.
Yeah, Hopkins.
They're not going to get him. From what I heard, they already offered him a $2 million contract. That's veterans minimum. That man ain't paying for no veterans minimum.
They trying to shortchange him.
Now that would be a good fit for him because he's a good route runner.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But so is OBJ.
Right.
Now the question is, you don't have anybody to stretch the field because Bateman hasn't proven himself.
Yeah. So
you need that wide receiver that's going to stretch that field.
Yeah.
Hopkins and neither one of them are number ones.
No, they not. Neither one of them number ones. Especially like this point in their careers, they definitely not number one.
Exactly. But they are scare factors. you know?
Exactly. I agree with that. And like I said, and their experience that they bring to the table, I think that would be beneficial to Lamar.
Right, because he had that. He had somebody that can run a decent route,
Right,
so he
right.
had that safety valve for himself, you know.
Yeah.
Because last year he ain't have a safety valve at all.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna make the difference in between the Ravens and Cincinnati. It's gonna be the run game for the Ravens. If that run game can come into be a factor in that Ravens offense, then it'll open up everything else.
Yeah, yeah.
But if that run game can't be a factor, like Lamar's MVP year, they had a decent run game.
Yeah, and see, that's why I ain't even bring up the run game, because I don't even know about these running backs. You know what I mean? They just they unproven, you know. So I don't know what to say about their running game. So, but the Ravens gonna have to find a way to to move the ball either through the run game,
right,
or or have somebody that can stretch the field. And I haven't seen nobody on their roster right now that can do consistently do either one of those. They might have a game here, a game two there where they could do something like that, but they got to be consistently able to move move that football.
Yep.
So and we're not even. So we just gonna totally disrespect the Browns. The Browns and the Steelers.
The Steelers is rebuilding.
Yeah,
I can see the Browns. I mean, the Steelers being a 500 team, they rebuilding and everything.
Yeah.
But what you got now? Cleveland now. They back to being Cleveland again.
Even with Deshaun Watson.
Cleveland 4 years ago, they had the best roster on paper.
Yeah, they did.
How do you have so many superstars on your roster and you still don't produce?
Yeah.
And so it clearly is not this talent. It's the coaching, the front office, the ownership.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So somewhere in that, long as that stays the same, you will get the same results.
Yeah. I think, because when you talk about coaching, that's I like Philadelphia, like the leadership and the coaching style that they use up in Philadelphia. They got back, into the thick of things real quick.
Right.
So, yeah. All right. So moving on. I know Steelers fans thinking we disrespecting them.
No, it's a rebuilding. Every team does it.
Yeah.
It's a rebuilding. Y'all can't expect to go to playoffs every year.
Every year.
I mean, Mike Thomas has had a winning season every year. So, be happy for that. He has not had a losing season. So.
Yeah. All right, let's go down to the AFC South. That's the Texans, the Colts, the Jaguars, and the Titans.
It's the Jaguars.
Yeah,
it's the Jaguars to lose. I mean, Tennessee is shopping Henry. Like, what the hell are you doing that for? Like, I mean, just nah.
I'm not even.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yo. You shopping Henry. He's the best player on your team.
Right.
If you playing Madden, you using Henry 90% of the time. Okay. So what are you thinking about when you want to shop this dude? Like,
I don't know.
Like, I'm gonna get a 3rd round pick for him. Like, what? You rebuilding. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think everybody, just about in that conference right there, just
I think somebody's gonna make the playoffs because they have to.
Yeah,
so, that's how I feel about that division. Somebody's gonna make it because they have to.
Yeah. All right, the AFC West. We got the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Raiders, and the Chargers.
The AFC dead.
Yeah,
it's the Chiefs and nobody else.
Yeah.
Whereas the beginning of last year, they was calling it the best division in football. They had top-ranked quarterbacks on every team. You know what I'm saying? And then look how much it fell off from beginning of last year to where we are now.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah. So you don't think the Broncos going to be?
Nah. Broncos ain't gonna be nothing because they don't have any. They don't have any confidence in Russell Wilson.
Yeah. So
they ain't gonna be nothing. If you don't have confidence in your quarterback, you done.
Yeah. They don't even act like they like Russell Wilson.
Right.
But I think Russell Wilson, he brought a lot of that on himself though.
He did.
He said he got an office upstairs with management and all that old crazy bullshit.
Oh, he did. You know, he went in demanding diva type situation.
He acting like,
But the problem is he didn't play like a diva.
No.
And then his teammates was like, yo, you playing like shit.
Yeah.
So that's part of what's going on in Denver.
Yeah.
And then when you talk about the West, the Raiders, I have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like they traded their best tight end. They got rid of Derek Carr in the middle and go get Jimmy G. Like, what was that about,
Yeah.
So that franchise is done. They waiting for Tom Brady to bring him back now. He's got ownership in him, so it's crazy.
I like the Chargers though. I like the Chargers. I think they got a solid quarterback, and
right.
Yeah,
but the Chargers, the Dallas Cowboys of the West. They look good on paper every single year. People choose them every single year. What happens? They have a good season every single year. As soon as they step foot in that playoffs, nothing. They don't perform for nothing.
Well, I mean, definitely the Chiefs gonna be coming. As long as they got Mahomes, they definitely gonna be a.
Well, see, you know what? Mahomes is a good piece, but I think it's Andy Reid that really makes that team. That gets that team going.
Right.
Because when they got rid of Tyreek Hill, everybody was saying the Chiefs are done, done, and then. Them boys stepped up and won the Super Bowl last year. So,
I mean, I gotta admit too. Like I didn't think they were done when they got rid of Tyreek, but I thought he was just gonna be a difference maker because of how he makes that field open up. You know what I mean? He got speed, he can get downfield, and that's why I was thinking like the Ravens need somebody like that. You know, like a wide receiver who can just get down the field and make you play. Make everybody stay honest. So when they got rid of him, I was like, all right, I want to see what Mahomes is able to do. But
when I won the Super Bowl, So it's theirs to lose.
So all right, so we got the Chiefs coming out of there.
Yep.
And the Broncos is going to be interesting to see, man. I like a dumpster fire.
I agree. Say there you go. You gonna see how bad it can
like
get.
A dumpster fire, man.
It's gonna be, hey, if they not trading Russell Wilson in the middle of the year, it's gonna be a problem. Because they definitely gonna dump the fire.
I don't want to see Russell get beat up or jacked up or nothing after the game, but man, I think when you act like a diva and you isolate yourself from like your teammates and stuff like that, man, whatever you get, that's all on you. You know.
But now I'm gonna tell you where I think Russell Wilson would be a great fit is over in New England.
In New England?
Yep. I think Russell Wilson would be a great fit in New England because of two reasons. One, the coaching of Bill Belichick, can get him back where he needs to be. And two, they have a decent core offensive line. Their offensive line is incredible. So, you put them pieces around Russell Wilson, he can prove that he can win. You know what I'm saying? With the right pieces. So,
And, well, I mean, now that I think about it, I mean, because and he had that same kind of thing with when he played in Seattle. Like those coaches managed him more so than what people realize.
Right.
And he wanted because he had some success in the league, he wanted to open that offense up more. But they was like, nah, we're not going to do that. And I think if he played with Bill Belichick, they would definitely manage him more so,
And there's no way in the world you cannot tell me in the Super Bowl that it was called on that 1 yard line for Russell Wilson to throw that ball.
No.
I don't care what Pete Carroll says. That was the play call. No, I guarantee the play call was beast mode right up the middle, call of the day. And Russell Wilson made that call to change that play at the line. I just can't believe that Pete Carroll was just that stupid to do that play. So,
I don't think that. I was ready to say I don't think Russell Wilson was that stupid. Somebody made a big mistake though.
I think it was Russell Wilson. I think it went ego bound.
Wow.
I think it went ego bound because if you really look at it, that team was beast mode. That team wasn't Russell Wilson. That team was beast mode.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. It was defense and beast mode.
Exactly.
All right. So I'm thinking if I'm Russell Wilson, I'm not gonna make no. I can't see me making that call to throw that ball on the 1 yard line, and I got beast mode standing there.
But if you look at it the opposite way though, if I'm trying to get MVP and I'm trying to make my name known, I throw that touchdown pass, I'm MVP.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you look at it like, all right, everybody up on the line, so they're expecting beast mode to do it. They're expecting beast mode to get the ball, they're expecting beast mode to go through it. I'm Russell Wilson, I'm trying to get my name out there, make that pass, touchdown, I go into MVP. All right, man, I'm signing my next contract.
I know if I'm Pete Carroll and he threw that ball and I ain't telling him throw that ball, I'm throwing him under the bus. I'm letting everybody know.
Yeah, but see,
I'm letting everybody know.
Like, but then you can't be Pete Carroll. But you can't be Pete Carroll because if you do that, then you alienating your quarterback, which could have a negative effect on the rest of your players. Because now your players saying like, yo, he just threw him under the bus.
Yeah.
So then that's when you lose the team. So I can understand why Pete Carroll took the heat for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I still to this day I'm telling you, I don't think Pete Carroll made that call.
I don't know who did that.
He'll tell you in the press conference.
Yeah.
I don't think he made that call, yo. Yeah. So.
All right, well, that's it. Well, let's get into a little bit basketball, man.
Yes.
Bradley Beal might be moving. Dame might be moving. Now let's start with Bradley Beal. Where you think Bradley Beal gonna end up at?
I think his best position be Miami.
Miami for Bradley. Yeah, but do Bradley play enough defense though for?
But that's not Miami's problem though.
Yeah.
Miami's problem is
right.
scoring.
Yeah.
Their defense is top notch from their undrafted players.
Yeah.
They just don't have people that's willing to go to the hole and go get them points.
Yeah.
That's where, because you can see in the championship game, they depended on Butler too much to make points. So, you get Bradley Beal that wants to score 2. That's good.
Yeah.
You're good for that. Now, Dame would be the ultimate one, but I think Miami would just have to give up too much to get there. That's just too much.
Yeah. And you know that Bradley Beal has a no trade clause, so he can't go nowhere. They can't send him nowhere without his approval.
Right.
So that's a good thing about Bradley Beal's situation.
Yeah, I think he would want to go to Miami. Just for 2 things, for the city and the culture. You know what I'm saying? They did Miami, regardless of what you look at it, and one of my boys brought this up. The Heat's been in the finals 2 out of the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So we talking over Milwaukee, we talking about over Boston, and we talking about over Philly.
Yeah. So they just need one more score just can get them over the hump.
Yeah, they get that. They get that one more score. You be talking about them in the beginning of the year and not the end of the year.
Yeah,
they get that one more score.
Yeah. So now I think Bradley will be good in Miami. I think he'll be good in Philadelphia too with Embiid.
Nope.
You don't think so?
Nope. And I'm gonna put it out there to everybody. Philly need to trade Embiid. Need to trade him. Let him go. Start rebuild that franchise over again. You want to get rid of Doc Rivers like he was the problem?
Yeah.
It's Embiid. If you really look at what Philly track record is, with Ben Simmons, when they go, it was always Ben Simmons and not Embiid.
Yeah.
Last 2 years now, it's been Hardy and not Embiid. Yeah. But what is the common denominator of the last 5-6 years for Philly?
Well,
it's Embiid.
I'm gonna push back. Okay. I'm gonna push back because when they say it's Ben Simmons, that's legit. Ben Simmons. Anytime you under the basket and you got a layup and you pass it back out.
Hey, that's true.
That right there, you know what I mean? That just signify like his whole mentality.
That's true.
And you know what I mean? Dudes around the league, they ain't had no respect for his game. You under the basket, you got a layup and you pass it back out. Harden, I don't think Harden had enough. Harden, like he dribbled the air out the ball, number one. And number two, when he don't have the ball, he don't move. So you can help out. You can double team whoever his man, they can help out on defense.
Absolutely true. And I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the fact is that everybody's putting on paper that, the 76ers should be further than what they are.
I'm not going to agree with that.
And I'm saying the only common denominator between the last 5 years is Embiid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember one year Embiid didn't even show up at all.
Yeah.
Then another year Embiid got hurt.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're trying to beat teams like the Celtics, if you're trying to beat teams like Milwaukee, especially Milwaukee, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to beat teams like, let's put Miami in it, like Miami, you know what I'm saying? You have to come with it. You know what I'm saying? And Embiid got MVP because they had to get the man something. Because the man ain't earned, to me, he ain't earning nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You give him the MVP, all right, cool. But then he get in the playoffs and he's the Embiid that we know. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm hurt, but I'm gonna play hurt. But this is my excuse why we didn't win.
Yeah, I think they should give Embiid one more. Just put one more score around him, and I think he'll be all right.
Dude, how many scores you gonna put around this man?
He didn't really have no scores though.
Yeah, come on, yo, he had some shooters.
No, I mean he had some role players, but I mean one more superstar. Like I think if he do get Bradley Beal and he'll because Tobias, I like Tobias Harris.
Now, what I can see making him better, you put Dame over there. Now, if Philly can go after Dame and legitimately get Dame, but the problem with that is it's going to deplete Philly's bench.
Yeah. And
then when you do that, as fragile as Embiid is, Embiid can easily go out for 10 games. You know what I'm saying? So what you got to back that up once he goes out? Because you got to count on Embiid going out at least twice in a season,
yeah.
right? So what you have after that? So that's why I'm saying whoever getting Dame from Portland, they're gonna have to give up too much. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they got to be deep, and Philly is just not deep enough.
I think Dame is going to end up in Miami because number one, him and Bam, you know, they boys,
right,
and if he do go to Miami because of their culture, whoever else they bring in with Dame, like the role players, they already know they're gonna have to play defense and be able to.
Hold up, Miami has nothing but role players.
Right, yeah. So they can be able to give stuff up.
I think they only had 3 drafted players on that team. Yeah. Everybody else was free agents coming off the bench and coming out the G League.
Yeah. So Miami not giving up Jimmy. They're not giving up Bam. So
the picks.
Yeah, everybody else is free game then.
Right, because ain't nobody gonna want anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Be like, yo, all right, do this. Give me your picks. Yeah. I don't want your G League players.
Well, they got a couple shooters too, though.
Yeah. Oh, they got players that stepped up.
Yeah.
And that's the key. They got players that stepped up. But when you go for that trade, do you want somebody that's been proven this year, or do you want somebody that you can pick on your own to form your team around? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would go for the picks. But then the problem with that is the better you make Miami, the worse the picks gonna get. Right. So you got that up and down with it. But I want to say this: I can see. To me, if I'm Philly, I'll trade Embiid for the picks.
You would trade Embiid for the picks?
I'll trade, but I would trade him to somebody like the Knicks, where I know that I can get some talent from the Knicks, bring it over, start my team that way with some of that heart from the Knicks, and then roll with it.
Yeah,
because I mean, it's only gonna be so much time that Philly's gonna have when Embiid hits that roadblock, especially when he hits Giannis. That's that roadblock he has to get over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
and speaking of Giannis, like Milwaukee, what do you think they need to get back into the thick of things? Do you think that Middleton is like he gonna be the answer for them to help them get over?
Milwaukee just ran into a buzzsaw in Miami.
Yeah,
that was a fluke.
Yeah,
all right. They just ran into a buzzsaw. Miami played better. They wanted it more. That can happen to any team, no matter who you put on it.
But look, I don't think Miami was a fluke. We just said they've been like out of the past 4 years, they've been in two times, and that culture that Miami played, that culture has been ever since Pat Riley has gotten there. That's been their culture. They've been,
right. But you talking 8 beating 1.
Yeah.
So right. That was the buzzsaw. You talking 8 beating 1. I don't even think Milwaukee took them seriously.
Yeah.
Till game 3. Yeah. When they already lost the first 2. Somebody said, yo, you better wake up because y'all not gonna take this easy.
Yeah.
And then they was like, oh no, we got you. So I think they just ran into a buzzsaw, and they still gonna be the same team.
Yeah.
I just think they got it. To me, that loss that Milwaukee took to Miami was coaching. It wasn't talent, it was coaching.
And the coach did get fired too, didn't he?
Yeah. It was coaching. Yeah. He didn't get them mentally ready for 8 seed team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think they would have gotten beat by anybody in the
way
they
played.
The way they played. Right. They'd have got beaten by anybody in the 8 seed. Not taking nothing away from Miami, but Milwaukee just wasn't mentally prepared for that.
Yeah.
Now, if Milwaukee gets somebody like Doc Rivers that always keeps them up no matter who they playing, Milwaukee's going back again. They're going to represent the East in the finals.
I think Milwaukee going to be good. Yeah, I don't know if Milwaukee going to hire Doc Rivers, though.
He's out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know why Philly got rid of Doc Rivers, personally.
Well, they needed a scapegoat.
Right, and that's what it is.
Yeah,
so you get rid of but Doc Rivers, to me, is probably one of the top 5 coaches in the NBA right now. Just because how he gets his team mentally prepared for a game, regardless if it's a game that's worth it or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that game, if you really watch that series that Philly did, that wasn't Doc's fault.
No. I would, but Milwaukee, I would like to see Milwaukee give Sam Cassell an opportunity. But Sam got some history with Milwaukee. He played with him for a little while. Mm-hmm. So I would like to see them, give Sam Cassell an opportunity over there.
I would love to see Sam Cassell coach in the West, though.
In the West?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In the West, they're more short ball game over in the West. You know what I'm saying? They more like, let's run and gun, keep it up and down the court, let's run it fast. Mm-hmm. I would love to see him coach over in the West.
Yeah. Now, another player though that might be leaving is Jaylen Brown in Boston.
I think they're gonna keep him.
You think they're gonna keep him?
Yeah, I think they're gonna keep him.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna keep him. Like I said, Boston ran into Miami. Like everybody in the East that ran into Miami didn't understand what that 8 seed meant. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Butler, he said it. Nobody respected us. Yeah. Nobody in the East respected us.
They ain't respecting. That's like that's like when you playing Tump. I mean, you playing spades, and you know what I mean. You ask you like I bet 6 books, and you run a Boston on and wind up getting 13 books or something crazy like that, man. So I think they was a lot better than what people respected them. So but so who you like in the West then next year?
It's hard.
Yeah.
I really think Phoenix can come out the West, but at this point now, they don't even have a point guard.
Right.
So you don't have a point guard. I can't recommend you from coming out. Yeah. You gotta have a point guard.
But see, all right, if you got Kevin Durant, you got Devin Booker on your team, you just need somebody that's serviceable.
Right, but you gotta look at Kevin Durant, yo.
Man.
5 years ago, we was talking about Kevin Durant being one of the best player in the NBA.
Right.
If Kevin Durant can't stay healthy, yo, he's no good to nobody.
Yeah, so it really don't matter what guards you get if this dude can't stay healthy.
Exactly. And everybody's figuring it out now because no one even mentions Kevin Durant now in the best players in the NBA.
that's crazy.
Because he can't stay healthy. Yeah, so if I'm Phoenix, I got Booker and I got Durant, but I got to put a lot more around these boys.
Yeah.
Because look how they got swept in the playoffs.
That's crazy.
You got to put more around them. Like you need a legitimate point guard, then you need a bench. Because that's what killed them in the playoffs this year. They had no bench. Yeah. So when you take one of them boys out of the game, you won't get no production out of nobody else.
I blame that on Kevin Durant though, because if he's supposed to be one of the best, basketball players, then he should have took on more of that load.
And
his leadership skills is just.
I think Kevin Durant now, his career now, he's already decided, look, I'm gonna play for the money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He got his championship. And I don't think he has the burn like some of these other superstars do anymore. Yeah. In the beginning of his career, he had that burn. But when he was playing for them OKC teams, he kept running into the buzzsaw. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't go nowhere. And look what was on that team. You had Westbrook, you had Hardy, and you had him. You know what I'm saying? So, I think he just lost his enthusiasm of being champion now.
Well, I think like anytime when you have a superstar like Kevin Durant, he said he just want to be a basketball player. He's just a baller. He don't want to be a leader. Right. You know what I mean? And you can't take that approach.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. You can't do that in basketball. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Especially if your name Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You gotta. If I'm gonna give you $40 million a year, I want you to be on that court doing the same shit I see LeBron doing, and somebody paying him $36 million a year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I want you to get on that court and you get the ball in your hand. If every five guys that's on that court playing defense don't turn around and pay attention to you, there's a problem.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So he really, it was another, as great as he has played, it was another level that he probably could have took his game to.
Oh yeah, to me it's a whole bunch of other levels,
Yeah, he could have been a much better defender. He could have been more of a competitor, from a mental standpoint, because we used to seeing like Mike and Kobe, like what they did in the league as far as like how they challenged themselves. Because, and that's where I think his biggest letdown was. He didn't really challenge himself. As far as like to raise his game to another level.
Well, if you really look at Kevin Durant's career and you break it down, Kevin Durant has always had superstars on his team. Always. From OKC to when he went to Golden State to when he went to Jersey, and even Phoenix. Yeah. He's always had superstars. He hasn't built anybody up to be superstars. Yeah. And that's one of Kevin Durant's problems. That he's a superstar, don't want to be a superstar. Yeah. But you have to be a superstar because you ain't building up nobody else.
And your opponents like make you a better player. You know what I mean? Like in boxing, like Ali when he fought Frazier, you know what I mean? He pushed he pushed him to another level.
Right.
So if you Kevin Durant and you want to play with, Golden State, it would have been better for him to play against them. That would have, you know what I mean? And then he would took his game up to another level. So he wasn't never really
like you said,
willing to challenge himself and to take his game to that next level. So, but yeah, man, I'm hoping to see Miami get somebody, either Bradley Beal for next season or Dane for next season.
You know, I'm looking forward to watching 3 teams play this year, next year. Looking forward to watching the Knicks play. Looking forward to watching Miami play.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to watching Dallas play.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm looking forward to watching Dallas play because I want to see Kyrie Irving explode.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to see either he's going to be the Kyrie Irving of old or he's going to be the Kyrie Irving that we know. I just want to see which one comes to the team.
Now, if you Dallas, do you give him a long-term deal, though?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
You don't give him a long-term deal. You let him because I think he goes free agent this year, isn't he?
They let him. So you let him test the market.
Yep.
See what he can get on the market.
Yeah.
And then you match that.
Yeah. You match it. If it's reasonable, you match it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Kyrie Irving is a great player, but Kyrie Irving doesn't make anybody else around him better. And some teams need that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to be able to make another team better. Now, if he goes to a team that's already established and all they looking for is a point guard, then okay. Like if he goes to the Lakers,
right.
Okay, I can see that. You know what I'm saying? I can definitely see that happening if he goes to the Lakers.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is he's playing again with LeBron. Yeah. So how is that match? How is that teamwork going to match up?
Well, when he played with LeBron, that's where he won his only championship.
Right.
And that's where he accepted his role as the number 2 man.
Right. So, but as soon as his contract came up, what he said?
Yeah.
I'm not a number 2 to nobody.
Yeah.
I'm leaving. And he went to Jersey.
Well, he know better now, though.
Well,
he should know better now.
We talking Kyrie Irving. We talking Kyrie Irving, yo.
And that's why I don't think, Dallas gonna give him a long. But all right, so you got Kyrie and then you got Luka. Like, do that hurt Luka though, as far as like his growth on the team?
Nah, Luka is gonna be Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas ain't gonna do nothing to piss Luka off.
Yeah.
So
better not.
Yeah. So Luka be like, look, I want Kyrie Irving. Dallas gonna do everything to do to get Kyrie Irving. If he be like, look, don't bring this dude back in the camp, they're not gonna bring him back in the camp. That's just it. Yeah. You know, they're not gonna do nothing to make him mad. Yeah. The problem is if they get rid of Kyrie Irving, then Dallas gave up so much to get him. Now you gotta go back and build your bench up again. So and everybody was talking about, well, Jersey exploded, but look what Jersey got for those guys, yo. So they got a pretty young team. Yeah. So not gonna be any good, but they got a young team on it. So
so the teams I'm looking forward to seeing next year, I'm looking forward to seeing Miami, because I like their style of play. I'm looking forward to seeing Milwaukee, because I want to see if Giannis. I think Giannis will be able to, get them back in the thick of things. I think like you said, what happened this year was just like a
fluke.
Yeah, a fluke on this, And then I'm looking to see what Phoenix can do as far as getting a point guard. What can happen in Phoenix and Boston? I mean, I'm interested to see what's going on in Boston too, because if Boston keep Jaylen Brown, and I think Boston will be back in the thick of things too. I don't think Jason Tatum is I don't think he's the dude that can strap his team on his back. Like he got help up there in Boston.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Boston ain't stupid. They're not gonna let him strap on and roll with it.
So Well, I guess that's it, man, for this week. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, no problem. No problem.
Maybe we can do this
next week.
Yeah. We'll be back in here next week. And appreciate everybody who checked out the podcast. Y'all check us out next Sunday at 11 a.m. And that's it. Peace. We out. And we'll see y'all next Sunday.